Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Retro Wrestling Revival. It is Monday night. We are here for our Monday Night Wars watch-along series. Tonight we are on the 1997 Great American Bash. We are ready to roll and we're going to have some fun tonight. I am John Wangland and joining me as always is Brother Martin, the king of stutter style. What's going on, Brother Martin?
This is what's going on. Here we go. How's it looking?
I don't even know what you're playing right now. It's not even coming out comprehensible here at all.
Oh, okay. So like basically, it is a wonderful doo-wop remix, and it's got the words "fucking bullshit" over it. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, I'm doing fantastic, brother. I am so excited. We are continuing the Monday Night War series, and dude, we are stopping at the Bash that's American, and that's great, man. I'm excited because I know me and you, man, we've been so stoked with this road that we've been going on with Nitro because, you know, this is the summer of Lex, but also, man, this has been the summer of DDP and Macho Man, man, and this is one of their great battles tonight, man. I can't wait to watch it, which I know this is part one. I don't know if that match is going to be in part one.
It's going to be on part two. It's the main event.
Okay, so part two. But the fact is that we are at the event where it will happen. So, brother, man, I'm doing good. I'm stoked. I'm excited. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, once again, to every single person that has tuned in to our brand, whether it's the Facebook show or whether it's our radio show, thank you. You guys are awesome. It's for fans, by fans, and it's to celebrate our love for professional wrestling. So, brother, what do we got on the docket tonight?
Well, we got Daniel's here. As always, great to see you out, Daniel. He says, the Great American Bash. I'm here for the great first half bash. Let's line them all up. Everyone gets a turn beating up Prince Ikea and catering. We're going to take care of him. Instead of Wrath and Glacier, can we get Jefferson Darcy with his chicken Marcy against Joey Gladstone with Mr. Woodchuck? That would be a good battle, don't you think?
God damn, that'd be excellent, man.
That would be a fun one. Mr. Woodchuck from a little Full House there. I like that. Oh, there we are. Doom.
Here we go.
We're summoning the Red Rooster right here, folks.
Bring him back, baby.
Bring him back. Well, Chris, here is the card for tonight. So the Great American Bash is coming from this place. This is real. The name of the building is The Mark. Isn't that really fitting for wrestling? It's called The Mark. at the Quad Cities in Moline, Illinois. So that's where
what's your favorite part about Moline, Illinois?
Everything.
Some memories, man.
Everything. The old days of just going down there.
Mean Gene and Moline.
Yeah, Mean Gene. Me and Lee Marshall used to ride the streets of Moline together all the time. I'm telling you. We had some good old times. Me and Mean Gene in Moline. So, and Lee Marshall too. When he brought that mustache out, they were ready for business. Daniel says they tried to bring the rooster back, but he held out for more eggs. Jeremy says, "What's up, brothers? How's it going, Jeremy? Need a Braves flag, Johnny. They smoked the Yanks tonight too." Jeremy, I'm glad the Braves are doing good for the NL East, but I can't ever rock a Braves flag out. If I did, most of my friends would crush me. I'll say this: I lost a Braves bet last year to the Mets. That I thought the Mets would go farther in the playoffs, and I lost a bet, and it was a very awful day of Chipper Jones for me. So.
What about an Orioles flag? Would you gladly?
I'm supporting them. I only put a flag up for my god awful Mets. So
okay.
They're god awful, but I still love them. It's okay, And I'm glad you guys smoked the Yankees, Jeremy, because I hate the freaking Yankees so much. I hate them more than I think any team in baseball. Just gonna throw that out there.
Man. Basically, like the Braves, like they're spanking the planks right now. And then
we got beat 35-3 in runs in the first 3 games. It was 21-3 one of the games. That's how bad it was. But that'll bring some bad memories. Baltimore versus Atlanta, World Series calling it. I think you're right there, Jeremy. That's who I'm going to go with. I think it's going to be Baltimore and Atlanta.
And I want, within my lifetime, I have never seen my Orioles win a World Series. The last time they won it was 1983. I wasn't even around yet. So you know what? I want one, God, if you're listening to me, one World Series championship before I die. I'm not asking for much.
All right. Daniel says that I have an Ahmed Renegades autographed. I have suffered enough. That is true. That is true. All right. So here's the card from the Mark at the Quad Cities in Moline, Illinois tonight. The opening match is going to be a good one, I think. I think this is going to be the match of the card, if you ask me, or one of the best ones on the card. Ultimo Dragon versus Psychosis is the open.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, those two are probably gonna have a great match. So I think they'll definitely put on a great clinic there. The second match should be a good one as well. It's gonna be the Harlem Heat, Stevie Ray and Booker T taking on the Steiner brothers. That should be fun.
Suckers
got to know.
All right.
The next match is gonna be Konnan versus Hugh Morrus in the feud that nobody gives a shit about.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the third one. And another match that nobody gives a shit about. It's going to be Glacier versus Wrath.
God, this is going to be.
And then the final match for part 1 tonight will be another match nobody cares about. It's going to be Akira Hokuto versus Madusa in a title versus career match for the WCW Women's Championship.
Wow.
It's all going to go downhill, and we're going to have a lot of conversations outside of these last 3 matches. That's for sure.
This reminds me of a whole thing of it's kind of like whenever if you're like a really desperate person, like you're drunk and like you're hooking up with like the really ugly girl at the bar, but you got the beer goggles on and like you're just wanting to get laid, and then like you're not enjoying like the first part about it, but like the second half, whenever you get to the peak, it's great, but the problem is that you got to get there. And it's just
climax.
Yeah, and unfortunately this is what this feels like. We are taking
fun.
We're taking the ugly girl from the bar home.
But we're going to have fun nonetheless.
Okay.
We're going to have fun nonetheless. Daniel says the illustrious WCW women's title. And Jeremy says, last baseball comment, I did get to see Cal Ripken Jr. play his last game against the Braves, and Baltimore won 14-5. That's a heck of a moment right there to see one of the all-time greatest ever in Cal Ripken play.
One of my greatest privileges was I was able to see Cal Ripken break Lou Gehrig's record live in 1995 against the California Angels. So, yes. Amazing. And I got to see Mr. Eddie Murray hit his 500 home run live. Awesome memories growing up in Baltimore. All right.
Daniel says, I wonder where the WCW women's title is. Surely it's keeping a chair leg steady somewhere.
Marty Jannetty should know.
We'll talk about him on the radio show this weekend.
I know.
We're going to have some dark side of the ring conversation on
which
there.
Allegedly
is the key word. Allegedly. All right, guys, if you want to watch along with us, go on over to whatever you stream on. We do it through Peacock, so check it out on Peacock if you'd like. Check out the WCW Great American Bash 1997. It is season 9, episode 1 is how they have it listed over there. So season 9, episode 1, Great American Bash 1997. Chris, do you have it loaded up? Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to rock and roll, brother. Allegedly.
Right. Allegedly, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
All right. Ooh,
look at this. The land of the free, the home of the brave.
Oh, God, Sledgehammer. Did you see that?
Yes. The American worker is the backbone of our country. Diamond Dallas Page, the American dream, is taking on the one and only Macho Man Randy Savage.
Honestly, DDP is a great example of the American dream. You know,
Daniel says season 9, episode 1, but hypothetically, where's episodes 2 through 10?
Yeah, that's true. Hypothetically.
All right. Now, last year's Great American Bash was a great moment. Eric Bischoff got powerbombed through the stage, set the whole things in motion for the NWO to have that awesome match at the Great American Bash in 1997.
Yes.
Now, they're going to have a great match. Is there a great series coming up here very shortly? It started last week on Nitro with Lex Luger and Hulk Hogan now. It's going to be the summer of Lex finally.
Oh, I cannot wait, man. I just, we speak about magic moments within wrestling, and within like the next couple of weeks, we're going to see one of the greatest moments in the history of World Championship Wrestling. So I can't wait to be a part of that.
Where did Dusty Rhodes come from? He hasn't been on commentary in ages. And we got the American Dream here tonight with Bobby the Brain Heenan and Tony Schiavone.
Sapphire was actually nice enough to let him leave the house.
Sweet Sapphire, let him go.
Sweet Sapphire, baby.
Daniel says Eric lost part of his soul in his neck last year with that bump through the table.
Oh my God, yes. The Great American Bash 96 was my first ever VHS pay-per-view that I ever owned.
All right.
So, what about you, John?
I always loved the Great American Bash.
What was your first ever World Championship Wrestling VHS pay-per-view?
Not VHS wise, but first pay-per-view I ever saw was Great American Bash. I think it was 91 when it was Lex versus Barry. It was 91 or 92.
Yeah.
And that was the first one I ever saw that on pay-per-view. You know, I didn't used to own the VHSs and keep them. What I would do was I would get the pay-per-view and I would tape it on the VCR.
Oh, okay.
You know, I would tape it like that. So you see, Jeremy says this match and the match and Spring Stampede were great, and the trilogy ended at Halloween Havoc, correct? Yeah, I believe it ends at Halloween Havoc this year, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
The Spring Stampede match was my favorite match that they did.
Oh, God, yeah.
But the Halloween Havoc one was good, too. This one was pretty good as well. These guys had great chemistry, me and Macho and DDP together.
Yep, and Mr. Diamond Dallas Page, he's often given Macho Man credit for making him a main eventer.
You got it. Daniel says he found his Mania outfit. He's going to dress like Bobby Heenan from the show.
Yes.
Why is Psychosis out with Sonny Onoo now? Because Sonny turned on the Ultimo Dragon, so now he's with Psychosis?
Yes. Logic, man, logic. Okay, and it's funny because you notice how like the majority of the Great American Bashes were located in Baltimore?
Yep.
Just this year, did they suddenly just decide, hey, just shut your eyes, just grab a dart.
We're going to the mark.
And just throw it at a random state, and like we'll pick that city, and it's landed on Molina or
Moline. The crowd here is something, bro. Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm getting Saginaw vibes from this joint tonight. Already, and I don't usually call it this early.
Well, it is Illinois after all, so yeah.
Well, very true. Let's see here. Jeremy says mine was actually a VHS of the Bash 90. Sting versus Flair, Luger versus Mean Mark. All right. I love the Great American Bash. I loved how WCW had this theme here. Daniel says Sonny Onoo just comes to show every week and picks a different member of the cruiserweights to manage.
Hey, seriously, that's what it seems like.
He's a man in demand. Look at all those Sting shirts on those creatures behind Sonny.
Man called Sting.
Boy, Sting's over already. They got all these Sting shirts on.
Speaking of seeing those shirts, it's got me thinking about a certain wrestler by the name of Maven, guys. Make sure to check out Maven Huffman, the original winner of the Tough Enough the competition. He has a phenomenal channel on YouTube where he speaks about like the nicest people like within the business, like the meanest people within the business, how the pay structures are, how they get paid out for merchandise, pay-per-views, all that. It is so fascinating. I had no clue that they got paid so little now from the network.
Yeah, he said his like one royalty check was what, like
$300.
Yeah, $300 for like a quarter, where he used to make like 30,000 or something.
Yep.
Pretty glaring difference, huh?
Oh yeah. And no offense, like with all due respect, like with the WWE, they're getting more eyeballs to the product than ever. They owe it to those wrestlers. I'm sorry, but they do.
Yeah, you know, I can see it and I can't, to be honest with you. They bought the rights to the library here, and, you know, they're the one that puts the expense on to put all this out. So I can see it both ways, but I kind of lean with WWE on it, man. Like, I don't think they should have to pay royalties to every single person that's on there. I just don't think it's fair. That's my opinion.
What if it's a wrestler that's on hard times and like they're requesting it so it could help them?
You should have saved your money.
Okay.
That's my opinion. You know, a lot of these guys made a lot of money when they were in. They didn't save their money, a lot of them. A lot of them didn't. You know, I feel bad for anybody, but it's the profession that you choose, and you have to know what you're going to get on stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Boy, Ryback does want to take Linda out to dinner to get back at Vince. That's true. You ever listen to Ryback's channel, Chris?
Yes.
Boy, that guy is a bitter human being. He is bitter. He is a bitter man.
Hey, he's going to make the biggest comeback ever. I don't know.
He's only been saying it for like 9 years now.
Yeah, and he's showing like those suction cup therapy videos. I don't know whether you see them or not.
He puts videos of himself like eating tacos and chicken.
Yeah, he's like stupid or something.
There was a video I saw that he had of him eating a whole pizza. Boy, that's fucking riveting content to hear.
Mukbang.
Right? This is the video of him going.
Yeah.
It's like listening to CM Punk at the scrum. You know,
I'm
like
sorry, these fucking children.
Daniel says, just bring back Maven's theme on TV shows on Peacock, and I'm good with it. Whatever.
Honestly, his theme is amazing.
You know what's funny though? I listened on that interview with him with Chris Van Fleet that he said he hates he said that's the second biggest question everybody asks him all the time is about the theme and how much he liked it, and he hates it. So
really,
he hates it. He said he hates it. Just hates it. Nothing against the band. He said he just doesn't like it. Who's more bitter, Chris? Ryback or Bret Hart? Good question from Jeremy Nix here.
Okay, well, it depends on who they're bitter towards. Now, if it's someone that's bitter towards like Goldberg, I'd say Bret Hart. But as a whole, I would say Ryback.
All right, I'm going to go with Ryback too. At least Bret Hart had talent.
Come on!
I'm just being honest. You want a real assessment? There it is. Beautiful move by the Ultimo Dragon.
Oh,
there,
yeah,
man. That guy's fucking kicks are
dude,
insane.
Ryback was over for like a short period of time. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
He was over for a cup of coffee. All right, he was over for a cup of coffee. Daniel says Ryback sucks. I think Daniel and Jeremy here, you guys are with the general consensus of about 95% of wrestling fans. Ryback sucks.
Oh, John, you're ruining our chances to interview Ryback. Stop.
Oh, Lord help me. I'm going to go to bed sleepless at night knowing I can't interview fucking Ryback. Maybe I'll miss out on those 2,000 views of him eating a piece of pizza on the show and sucking down nutrition bars or something.
Yeah, God.
I'm good. I'd rather interview Psychosis, and I doubt he speaks any English, and I don't speak much Spanish, so I'm going for that one right there.
Well, speaking of 2,000
God,
views,
I love this move. I love this move by Ultimo Dragon when he grabs him on his back and does the spinning.
Oh God, yeah,
spinning backbreaker there.
The accordion backbreaker, I guess we call it. Speaking of 2,000 views, I believe the Booker T reel that we just put out like a few days ago, it's gotten over 2,000 views now. So thank you to everybody out there.
That was a good one. That's my favorite one you did. Let's see. Jeremy says Dragon was very underrated. He was the original belt collector. Yes, he was. When he came out in WCW at first and he had like 12 different belts, that was a cool sight to see.
That was badass, man. I love that.
Ultimo Dragon doesn't get enough love, in my opinion, for being one of the best guys of this time.
Speaking of the WWE, like with them dropping the ball on certain people, I think the Ultimo Dragon should be on that list.
He only had like a short run over there, right? Like a year or two?
Yeah. He was there for like a year, and that was it. I believe they should have built the cruiserweight division between him, Ray, Chavo, and Shane Helms. I believe that would have been perfect. But
Daniel's got a good comment here. He says Ultimo Dragon could have been a good punter in the NFL with the kicks he was delivering to Psychosis.
No shit.
Yeah.
No,
these guys got great synergy with one another, man. They're just really in tune.
Chemistry.
I'm telling you, they are good together. They know how to mesh.
Dude, they go together like
lamb and tuna fish.
Lamb and tuna fish.
They go together like the lamb and the tuna fish.
Do you like the lamb and the tuna fish? The tuna fish and the lamb.
You might want to wipe that turkey off your lip. Hip hop anonymous. This is bullshit.
You give me the easy one.
I love that.
Speaking of things going together like lamb and tuna fish, thank you to everybody out there. We hit 500 followers on YouTube.
503 now. So go over and follow if you are not already doing so. The Retro Wrestling Revival Podcast YouTube page as well.
And that way you can get like your retro wrestling fix. I mean, come on, guys. Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Oh, beautiful move there by Psychosis.
Good God. Oh,
he's a great athlete, Psychosis. Just a tremendous wrestler.
He's so underrated.
Another one. Just doesn't get enough love.
No.
Instead of putting this guy out there and focusing on him and highlighting him great matches, they had in WWE riding around on fucking lawnmowers.
Yeah, I don't think that would have gone over well today.
No, most definitely wouldn't.
I'm surprised Vince McMahon has gotten away with as much as he's gotten away with.
Daniel says, most of Psychosis' run, I can only think of him with Ray. It just felt like they wrestled anytime I saw. They had a lot of matches. He was very Mexicool. And Jeremy says the Dragon Sleeper, great finisher, look basic, but it puts the pressure on the spine.
Oh, God, yeah.
I love the Dragon Sleeper as a finisher, too.
My brother used to put that on me.
Did it hurt?
God damn, yes. Yes, it did.
Yeah, it was definitely, it looks like it had some pain involved with it.
Drop toe hold right into a pin, too.
But beautiful ability by the Dragon there. He knew exactly where he was on his awareness. He was right next to the ropes. So he was able to get himself right over the ropes there.
Oh, yeah, like without a doubt. Great ring awareness. And a lot of people don't know this, but Psychosis is borrowing John's mask. John actually, on like his business calls from time to time, wears the mask while dealing with clients.
It's how I close the deal on all my sales, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
When I get on a Zoom call with a client and stuff like that, I got that mask out there. He said, "Is that your hair?" I said, "No, but it's Psychosis. He gave it to me."
And they know you're serious.
They know I'm serious. They know it's all business. They always ask to touch the horns on the side.
You're like, no.
No, I said you got to pay double for that one. You got to pay double for that.
You got to pay double to touch the horns, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Good God, Sonny. No offense. Do you think Sonny was a good manager at all?
Do I think Sonny was? He was okay. He wasn't anything great. This would be a good manager right here, Chris. This is Charlie right here, my dog. He's making another cameo.
What's up, Charlie? How you doing, buddy? Hey, baby, how you doing? You look all cute and poofy.
He is. He just got a haircut the other day, so I just gave him a haircut the other day.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's storming out tonight, again, as it was last Monday. So he is glued here with me because there's a storm outside.
Well, say I'm with Daddy tonight, okay?
He's
I'm
watching
hanging out
wrestling with us.
There you go.
Daniel says these referees, they have to look professional, knowing Nick Patrick is watching and judging. Dream match, Jeremy says. Muda versus a Prime Dragon. Boy, that
God, yes.
Yeah, that would have been a good match, definitely, between those two.
That would have been outstanding.
I don't really think Dragon could really have a bad match with many people.
No, I agree. That was
a great one, though. He always had a great match.
Best
Hall of Fame speech ever. That one was awesome.
Him or Hillbilly Jim?
Jesus, that's a hard one. It's like asking me which of my kids I like better.
Oh my god.
Hard choice right there. The weather is storming because it knows Glacier is on tonight.
Yeah,
well, it does run cold.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, he's going for a pile driver here.
Tombstone.
Jesus.
Oh.
The pile driver is like something that, of course, has been, completely marginalized through the years and just watered down. It always is one of those moves, though, to me, that looks like it should be a finisher every single time.
I agree 1,000%. And it's unfortunate because I can't even think of 5 finishers that are protected now.
Yep.
I would say the main one, in my opinion, that is, I would have to say, is the One-Winged Angel. Because very few people have ever kicked out of it because it's so well protected. But I can't think of many others. Can you?
Not anymore.
No.
There's not too many that, really have that protection on them. Daniel says Hillbilly Jim is going to still be giving his speech by the time of the 2024 Hall of Fame.
Yes, he will.
At least we don't got Mr. T doing it.
Thank you, Mama. I like to thank you, my mother. And thank you, Jesus. And I pity the fool.
Thank you, Tom Cruise.
Thank you, Tom Cruise. Oh,
nice hurricane.
Oh, beautiful. Oh.
Psychosis turns it 1, 2. Nope, kicks out. Good transition right there between them.
Oh, yeah, like without a doubt.
Boy, is this like the cheapest looking outside where the WCW did this for the Great American Bash? Like, look at the steel,
the barricades.
Yeah, the steel barricades. They just put these like cheap American flags like draped over it.
You can get them at Walmart.
Yeah, you can get them at Walmart for like $3. You think with all the money that they are raking in now, they could have made this look a little bit better.
Oh yeah, because wasn't 97 like their biggest year for profits?
I think 97 and 98 I think were their 2 biggest years for profits.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, here's a question for you. Who do you think was the most underrated or misused wrestler in WCW?
Oh, damn, that's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on the era, but I'd say overall, I believe somebody that really he could have been like a world champion if he was booked properly, and he was a believable badass. I would say Scott Norton.
Scott Norton, interesting.
I think, dude, you can't tell me that Norton wouldn't have been like a believable world champion if he was booked.
Been. All right, I'm going to throw one at you.
What's that?
Buff Bagwell.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Buff, I could see, like, without a doubt. Yes.
Buff had his star appeal. And, I know he wasn't the biggest guy out there. He had one of the best looks. He was a good talker. He was a good in-ring worker for the most part. I think Buff Bagwell might be up there in my book.
I think Buff was outstanding. And just think.
Oh, beautiful kick. Dragon Sleeper. It's over.
Oh, it's done.
It's done. He's tapping.
Beautiful.
He is out.
Decent match.
Good match.
I got a feeling
for that too. Look at him.
I think it's only going to be downhill from here.
Maybe, but that was a good opener, and the crowd is hot for that. When the crowd is all standing like they are and clapping for you, that's when you know you did a good job.
Oh yeah, like without a doubt.
All right,
Daniel. Yes, I'm surprised with myself too. Thank you.
Daniel says they just grab whatever 4th of July decorations they'd see at the Dollar Tree. I was surprised Chris didn't go with Jeff Farmer.
Yeah.
All right, so Jeremy says Vampiro.
Okay, I can see that. Jeremy, me and John, we respect him as we respect him as a performer, but as a human being, Vampiro is
a show
dick.
with that fucking Carney for 3 months.
He's a dick.
He's a dick. What a dick.
A very talented guy within the ring. We will brag on him all day, like with that.
I'll leave it at that. I won't say anymore.
Yeah,
I won't say anymore. He'll cut a promo on me again or some shit. So
no. He's going to block you. Then he's going to cut it on you.
I don't care. He was a very great performer.
Oh God, yeah, he was.
He got in his own way all the time, and I think he overvalued himself just a little bit. But he was a great performer.
Someone else that's popped in my head, Billy Kidman.
Billy was great. I really liked Billy Kidman too.
Billy was very underused.
Yeah, Billy was a great talent. Let me think. There's WCW had a lot. I think Jericho's run in WCW. I think he could have been used better at certain points in time.
Jericho and Goldberg, they could have had the biggest squash match in history.
It would have been.
Jericho said that he wanted that.
I would have liked to have seen more with them. I think it could have worked, but he wasn't going to lose to Goldberg.
No,
or he wasn't going to win against Goldberg. Excuse me. Goldberg wasn't going to lose to him.
Look at those computers.
Look at that in those days, right there. They're showing on that big TV with that big laptop. And they got Chris Benoit doing an interview in the back with that individual. Yeah. Now we got the Harlem Heat coming out, taking on the Steiner brothers. Steinerized,
baby.
I want to hear some Steinerized.
If you will.
Who else underrated? Who else is some other good underrated ones in WCW, do you think?
Damn, that's a really good question. Yeah, Saturn, yeah, like without a doubt. Would you say Dean Malenko?
Or he had a really good rub over there. He had a really good good run. So his match with Penta was a bloodbath, and I know that was on the Lucha Underground show. That was a hell of a match, Jeremy. If anybody's never seen, Juventud was great. If you've never seen that match, folks, with Penta and Vampiro, go watch it. It's fantastic.
Was it recent?
Oh no, it was Lucha Underground.
Okay,
Lucha Underground. K-Dog underrated. He just never translated in WCW for some reason, Jeremy. I mean, the guy was a bona fide, like Vampiro was, a bona fide legend and star in Mexico, two of the biggest of all time.
Yeah.
Didn't get the rub that he really deserved over there. Eddie could have been the main event, Daniel said. We got Eddie here. Eddie could have been the main event with how hot he was as a heel, especially. He was a great heel at the end of his run, too.
Oh, yeah, like that. And that's what I love about these questions, because like it's so open-ended. You can have so many different answers, and it's fun to talk about. Here's your song.
Steinerized. Boy, these two look like a couple of like bad dudes when they're coming out.
Do you know what else is underrated? Scott Steiner's needle that he would stick in his ass.
Who wins in a street fight between the Harlem Heat and the Steiners? Didn't we talk about this a couple weeks ago?
Yes, which I think it's Harlem Heat, but that's just me. And you thought it's the Steiners.
Yeah, I think we talked about this.
Actually,
look at Sister Sherri. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Mama.
She's looking good tonight.
Where's the Colonel at when you need him?
Where's Colonel?
You know what? Wrath is another one.
Jeremy just mentioned they could have done more with Chronic. I love Chronic as a tag team.
Outstanding tag team.
They were great.
And dude, Wrath, very underrated. I think they could have made Wrath a world champion.
Ginger says they look like they hit up an adult shop right before the show.
Well, look at the whole leather thing.
Wrath had the look. He just didn't have the in-ring ability, and he didn't have the charisma, I think, that other people did, which is why maybe not with him. Okay, Booker got his run at the end. Booker was somebody I think that could have had it a couple years earlier, too.
Which I've changed my mind for the number one, actually. Like, my number one is Chris Kanyon.
Oh, he's a good one, too.
I think Kanyon was outstanding, very underappreciated. And he was truly the innovator of offense. Like, the guy would come up with new stuff every single match. You would never see the same Chris Kanyon match. And we can't say that for Ric Flair, definitely. But for Kanyon, you can. So, yeah.
I actually saw an entertaining interview with Ric Flair with Theo Vaughn recently.
Really?
It was really funny. Theo
About
Vaughn had Rick laughing his ass off the entire time. It was hilarious.
was it the part where Rick claimed he was hold on, he passed out
I
or
haven't
he was
got that far yet. I
dehydrated?
haven't watched it all the way through. I'm about an hour and 10 minutes into it still. So
Yeah.
it was really good, though. I'll just throw that out there.
He
Daniel's
cl-
going with Sergeant Craig Pitbull Pittman. Didn't get his due.
Okay.
He's
I
going to
see
hit you
that.
with the code red. Or now, Daniel, you're not going to get hit with the code red because you put him over.
That wait, Roadblock. What about him?
Oh, Roadblock. That's a bad dude right there.
That's a bad dude.
Him and Tombstone.
Dude, Tombstone and Roadblock, man, with High Voltage and what was the crap like that? The name of that tag team. The wrestler, one of the wrestlers was on the Marty Jannetty thing.
Bad attitude or bad company.
I think bad.
No, disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct, man.
Sorry, disorderly conduct.
You talk about underrated, man.
You know they were in WCW for like 10 years too. They had contracts forever.
I've only seen like 3 matches from them.
That's my theory. They were under contract with them for like 10 years or something.
So like they're pretty much receiving paychecks for doing hardly
much,
anything. Good for them.
Jeremy says that he saw the Theo podcast. It's hilarious. They are tremendous. Theo Vaughn might be the best interviewer in podcasting. Hands down to me, Chris.
You eat your heart out, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan couldn't fucking tie this guy's shoes when it comes to how entertaining he is. And I've listened to the Rogan Experience. I think it's okay. You know, I think it's just a cash grab for him now. Theo Vaughn is fantastic. This guy, I love him. I think he's great.
I agree.
Daniel says, I passed out watching that match too, and Public Enemy was overutilized. Yes. Mike Awesome. Good one, Jeremy. Mike Awesome right there.
Yeah, Mike Awesome was a phenomenal talent.
Let's be real about Mike Awesome. He made all of those gimmicks work, and it was funny. Like the fat chick Thriller, that 70s guy. They gave him every corny and cheesy and hokey gimmick in the world, and he put his best into it. The guy was a killer over in ECW and was so over. And then you bring him over and make him into a freaking complete doofus. But to his credit, he got paid, he made his money, and did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Daniel says Mike Awesome got paid and got his fat chicks. The man won.
There you go.
I know this was a bad time in WCW, but I'm really excited when we get to that point, Chris, when we get to the end, when it's really bad.
The Russo era?
I can't wait to see it, to be honest with you, because I haven't watched any of that stuff in ages. And, you know, I mean, I know it's dreadful, but it's going to be such great entertainment for us to just have laughs at and just shit on it and just have fun, because that's what wrestling is all about. It's just having a good time and getting some laughs out of it and taking a look at the outlandish stuff that they did.
I can't wait to watch the San Francisco 49ers match. Yeah,
it's going to be a fucking barn burner.
Or the Viagra on a pole match.
I'm more of a Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
Oh, wow.
That's for me.
What about the pinata on the pole match?
Pinata on a pole. That man loves his poles.
And he loves his tournaments.
Yep. Jeremy says, what about Raven? What about Raven?
I think they could have done more with Raven.
He came in and had a good run in the beginning, and then it just kind of fizzled for him. You could tell he wasn't really into it. Randy Anderson just put his hands on Scott Steiner and lived to tell about it. Yeah, Scott might have tossed him around in the back for that one.
Oh God, yeah. So now,
a strong son of a bitch to put a full Nelson and be able to wrap your fucking arms around Scott like that.
Oh God, yeah. And the thing is just really quick, like with Raven, he doesn't get enough credit, but Raven has one of the best minds for the business living today. And it's just a shame that he's not working for like the top 2 major companies as at least like a coach or something.
Dude,
like
drugs fried his brain.
I gotcha, but
he doesn't have the ability to do that stuff, man. I know he's a smart guy and stuff. I don't think he has the ability to do it.
Yeah,
that's just me. The guy's too fucking out there. He's way out there. He is way out there. Great talent, great, mind, like you said. did some phenomenal stuff. We always put him over.
Yeah.
Nah, he couldn't be a coach, bro. He doesn't have it in him.
I got you.
Not that he doesn't have anything to offer. It's just in that type of role, you got to be more proper. And I don't think that he's a guy that could be that way.
I got you. And
get Rick Steiner in there now, have to tell Rick to be a coach.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work.
These guys are kind of beating the shit out of each other in this match.
Yeah,
it's a little stiff.
Yeah. What do you mean I have to? What do you mean I have to coach Sonny? What's the name?
Sonny Kiss.
Sonny Kiss.
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm not.
Expletive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he learned his lesson on that. Daniel said now if they would bring back Johnny Polo instead. Okay. I'm down with Johnny Polo. How do you feel about Mongo? Mongo gets a lot of crap, Jeremy, and we used to give a lot of crap to him in the beginning of his runs.
We were wrong.
No, it's not that we were wrong. We were right about it at the time. But we've watched him from the beginning of his run since we started this show. And we saw Mongo when he started, and he was terrible. Mongo has grown so much in 1997 watching him on the show here this year. And it's not because Mongo's sick. This is not at all about Mongo being sick. It's about the reality of it. And the guy was really getting better and was getting great crowd reactions. I'm a fan of Mongo McMichael. He has won me over through this 1997 year watching him. And has zero to do with him being sick right now.
I agree 1,000%.
Love Mongo.
Speaking of Mongo, go to www.obliviousshirts.com/collection/team Mongo. Obliviousshirts.com/collection/team Mongo. And please buy t-shirts. Please buy any things of merchandise that you can to support Mongo's fight with ALS. 100% of the proceeds will go towards Mongo's fight. So yeah,
that's the worst link in the world to send somebody to. I give you all the credit in the world for knowing that, memorizing that.
Yes.
God bless you. That is tremendous.
Well, I got all this stuff on my mind, man. I definitely do my studying. Which I'm no Howard Finkel, but I'm just saying I know some stuff.
There's only one Howard Finkel. That's the fact.
Oh yeah.
Some say Earl Hebner was the original Oblivious. I agree with you. Now Chris might get angry about that because he's I got
an itch on my forehead here.
He's a big mark for Earl Hebner for some ungodly reason.
Hey Daniel, I'm just scratching my beard.
Daniel knows the true greatest referee of all time being Nick Patrick.
Okay.
As do all the real good wrestling fans, but
okay.
Out there. That's why they save him for the special matches.
We know that if Brad Attitude was in World Championship Wrestling, he would have been the most overrated and underrated at the same time.
He'd just be the one star because that's what he is.
Exactly.
That's all he is. Even he overcame Earl Hebner trying to screw him.
Whoa.
Yep. One moment you could go and change in WCW. That is a loaded question, Jeremy, because there's a lot of moments.
God.
Oh, wow.
I would say the finger poke of doom, but the company was going down the shitter anyways at the time. The guaranteed contracts.
No, not for me. I'm going to go with Goldberg's streak, how they ended it.
Okay, yeah, I think that might have been. Yeah, I think that could. Yes. Okay, I agree. The Goldberg streak. And I wish they would have kept the New World Order to like a limited group of people.
Yeah.
Yes, because it would have made it more special. So yeah, like my top two, Goldberg and a smaller NWO.
Daniel says you got some heat with him right now. He says, "How dare you mention the word overrated and Brad Attitude in the same sentence?"
Yes.
The Yeti and the giant boning Hulk Hogan haunted forever.
The Yeti.
The Yeti. We just discussed the Yeti this week on the radio show.
Yes,
one of the worst gimmicks of all time.
Me and John, we've been having a blast on our show.
Saturdays
John,
and Sundays, 99.1 FM in the greater metro Atlanta area down in your neck of the woods, Jeremy.
WDJ,
WDJY.
the WDJY Talk Radio,
Straight
99.1.
Talk Radio.
Excuse me, Straight Talk Radio.
Yeah, every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. Come check it out in the great Atlanta area.
And me and John, we got 4 shows down and many, many more to go. So, yes, I'm excited.
Well, we know they got us for a year because we signed a year contract with them. So they got us for a year.
They're stuck with us for a year. So
they're stuck with us for longer, hopefully. It's been a great time so far.
It's been a great
oh, look at that by Scotty. Boom.
Beautiful.
Frankensteiner right off the freaking top. Is that Virgil?
God, yes.
What is he doing in here? What the was that all about?
What?
Just to cost him the match? Like, the crowd is like stunned right now. Like, what the hell was that all about?
Is Virgil is he jonesing for meat sauce? I mean, what's going on?
I think he's trying to make his own moment here.
So, I'm just saying, man, fuck money is just wow.
Fuck money is running wild for some reason here.
That's actually that would make a great that'd make a great T-shirt. Fuck money's running wild. Actually, that was a good match.
It was a good match, and that was a stupid ending there. Jeremy says the NWO segment is the Horseman, and kept Kurt as an enforcer of the Horseman. HR jumped to the NWO too soon. Here he jumped to the NWO too soon. I liked the NWO segment with the Horseman. I thought it was really funny. I would have liked to have seen Kurt in the Horseman longer, though, too. I can see that. He should have been. That was the kiss of death. That was the end of the Horseman right there.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I feel like the best version of the Horseman before they died off, it was the one with Benoit, Anderson, Flair.
In Malenko?
Yes.
Yeah, they were good. Oh, Burge is about to get killed here. He's about to get Steiner's finish here. The Bulldog off the top.
I'd love that move. Good God, I love that move.
He took it like a champ.
He did.
He didn't take it like Buff did. That is a dangerous move.
Stop.
No, I'm not making a joke out of it. He didn't take it like Buff did. Buff got his neck fucking broken by that thing. It's a dangerous move.
It is.
It's a dangerous move, dude. Daniel says he hasn't done anything in years. He fell over and forgot how to do it or to drop an elbow.
And I can't wait to see what you picked for the cold beer and hot sandwiches moment of the week coming up for a radio show.
Daniel says if Harlem or the Steiners couldn't take a loss, Vincent sure can.
He can.
This is going to mark the end of Sister Sherri here coming up next month for them. It's going to be the end of Sherri Martel over in WCW, I think in July of 97. So she ends up getting fired by them right after.
Why?
They really didn't. I'm trying to remember the exact reason being. I think she was kind of battling some of her demons at the time. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong on this, but I believe she was battling some of her demons. And they just really weren't. She didn't really fit into the Harlem Heat too much. They saw anymore.
I got you.
Best version of the Horsemen. I'm going with Tully, Arn, Rick, and Barry. That's a great.
Yes,
that's the most iconic version of the Horsemen right there with Tully, Arn, Rick, and Barry. I love Barry Windham. Do you? I
love Barry Windham. We talk about some of the most naturally gifted wrestlers of all time. Like we speak about the individuals like Kurt Angle. We speak about, just so many others, but for me, I put Barry on that list. So just naturally gifted people that just took to it like fish to water. So yes, Barry, Ric Flair said it, Arn said it, many others they've said it. Barry Windham is the most naturally gifted wrestler to ever step through those ropes.
I would agree.
So
I would definitely agree with you there. This is one of my favorite WCW theme songs here for Hugh Morrus.
I love it too. Dude, the stage looks cool as shit. I like the stage they did for the show. Or do you think it's...
No, I think it's cool. It's cool for this time. WCW always had pretty cool stages and setups that they would do.
I miss this about wrestling because now it's so generic and so... what's the word? Not subdued. Damn it, I cannot think of it. just generic, man. Just the whole thing with the fact that it's like a big giant LED screen or whatever, and it's like that's what I loved about watching Raw and SmackDown and Nitro Weekly, and heck, mainly the pay-per-views, because you never knew, like, from what month to month, what's the stage setup going to look like for the theming.
Worst version of the Horsemen with Sid or with Roma. Roma all day, every day. That guy sucks.
Oh, and you listen to Roma, and he speaks as if he was doing Ric Flair a favor by being in the Horseman. Yeah.
That guy is one of the most arrogant, pompous assholes when you listen to him talk that overvalues himself so much. It's tremendous.
I agree 1,000%. I think that Paul Roma's a jackass.
Daniel, all I can think of every time I see Hugh Morris is Stone Cold ripping his name in 2001.
Hugh Morris?
What?
Is that funny? What? Is that funny? What? Shut up. Is that humorous? What?
You gotta love Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Now
these two are gonna have a match that's gonna be bowling shoe ugly. I can tell you right now.
Yeah, we are currently in the era of but for like a good I would say 15 to damn near 20 years, it was the what era? What? Do you think the fans are still going to be saying what years from now?
Probably. As long as the network is around, Stone Cold Steve Austin's legacy will live on forever.
I think Steve, he's one of the wrestlers that more than likely make the most from the residuals for the network.
Dude, that guy's making a 7-figure deal in residuals every year between his merchandise and other things. You know he is.
Good for him.
Absolutely. He don't have to work a day for the rest of his life if he didn't want to, I'm sure.
And the same goes for Hogan and Nash.
They're all smart about it.
Yeah.
They knew how to get their stuff lined up.
Oh god. Sure. Have you listened to any podcasts lately?
I was listening to part of Nash's today. It was pretty funny. He was talking about going out for a steak dinner at this fancy restaurant and how shitty the service was and everything. It was pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
I'll definitely check that out.
I've only got about maybe like 30, 40 minutes into it, but it was good. I got busy today, so I didn't get an opportunity to listen too much, but it was good so far. This match is not good. These two have no chemistry.
What is Nash's opinion on Roddy Piper, John?
Oh, he loves him. He thinks he's a jam-up guy. This is
fucking terrible.
I love the Halloween Havoc one, Jeremy. He said going back to setups, Halloween Havoc at MGM Grand with the Demon.
Oh, God, yes.
Graveyard, top of the list. I love the Halloween Havoc one. Daniel says the fans will never stop the what, even when Austin is long and gone. That is very true.
Well, it's like it's kind of like with Ric Flair and like the chops.
Yep, everybody still does the woo.
Woo.
Everybody still does it.
Yeah.
What?
Let me talk to you. I would not be surprised at WrestleMania this year if you see Stone Cold versus LA Knight.
Why?
Why not, man? Box office.
Give LA Knight the title. Run with it from there.
And dude, Jey Uso quit. He's
if
on.
They bring him back like they did with Sting, where he's in the rafters. I'm calling it right there. If they do that shit, like I'm done. I have no urge to want to see that.
He is on the alumni page now.
He thought the service was shitty. Imagine paying to go see a show and getting this Konnan and Hugh Morris match. So somebody put up in one of the wrestling groups I saw on Facebook, and they were being dead serious. You could tell.
What's that?
They're like, I'm so sad that Jey is gone, but Jay's going to be at All In, and he's going to take on Kenny Omega or some shit. Yeah, I know. So this one guy puts the comment on there. He goes, "You dumb fucking Mark." He goes, "You might be the dumbest human being in the world."
Yes.
I'm like, if there's still people that believe that shit, by God, no.
God bless them for spending their disbelief.
It is. It's something. Daniel says LA Knight would get torched against Austin, and I love LA Knight, but no fans are going with him over Austin. I agree. It's a remedy for disaster if you're trying to get a guy over. You can't put him up against Austin.
That or The Rock.
Yeah. They're always going to get the bigger reaction.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to have the fans do the turn on him real fast.
Hold on. So like this band legitimately thought Jey Uso was...
He really did. That he was going to show up at All In Wembley Stadium. I
think Jay's going to show up at Survivor Series, and he's going to get involved in a match or something like that. Or before
him out for a little bit if you're going to do it, but please, by all means, do not do the Sting thing.
Yeah,
let's not recreate that. Jey Uso is not friggin' Sting.
I don't think
no urge to see that.
Jay's not a main eventer to me.
No, he's a great hand. He's a great worker. He's not a main eventer.
He's better than Jimmy.
They're all the same to me.
You can't tell the difference?
I mean, I guess I can. The hair, right?
Yes.
You know, they're one of the best tag teams of the last 20 years, but
oh yeah.
You know, if I have to hear that ooze shit one more time, I'm not gonna say that on the air, but it gets agitating.
To me. What up, Oos? That.
Yeah, Daniel, they really did. They really thought he quit. Like, it's like, is this your first fucking time watching wrestling in this world? Do you think wrestling's real? You know?
There's a better chance of the Red Rooster facing Kenny Omega. Dude.
That would be a barn burner, literally.
Oh, I got you.
You got me?
Oh my God! Just imagine the pop or lack of pop.
I have not heard the new version of Voices, the Randy Orton theme.
Oh, it's outstanding.
They have a new version of it?
Yes, I'll send it to you.
Okay, you send it to me later.
Yeah,
I love that theme song. I think it's great. I can't wait to see Orton back.
I love
Randy Orton.
Randy's fantastic, and apparently, like with Bray Wyatt, he's been out like with a life-threatening issue.
I wonder what's going on with him.
His dad went public and said that he will be back to wrestle, but he never went into deep detail past that.
If there's a god of WCW right now, can you end this match? It is so bad.
Okay. So, Daniel, what's more difficult to watch? The workers of the Greenville McDonald's or this match?
I bet you that's a hard one to answer.
Good God, man. That was the worst fucking...
Jeremy said they added drums to it, so check it out. No doubt about it. I'll definitely check that out. Don't play that one on the air, bro.
I know. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just making sure that's the new one. My bad.
Daniel says, I wish Randy could go back in time and RKO these two to end this match.
Jesus Christ, yes.
And he's going to go with the Greenville McDonald's, Chris.
Yes. The worst fucking McDonald's I've ever been to. Yes. Fuck you, Greenville McDonald's.
Dude, the crowd this is like a Furness and LaFon match right now.
God damn.
They are like sitting on their hands, bored shitless of this Konnan Hugh Morrus match.
This proves your point about the whole thing with them not being able to book Konnan correctly.
Yeah, they just couldn't. At least not at this time. He looks kind of lost in there, though, to be honest with you, too. He looks like he's a little bit lost, and he's just not he's not into it. You can see that. I can't blame him.
Lost or stoned?
Or both.
There you go.
I mean, you can't blame him for not being into this because this is... Oh, he just missed that one. Dude, the crowd is so out of this. This is just slop.
All right, Daniel, what's worse, this or what's his name? The guy that used to wrestle for the WWE and that wrestled for AEW. Shit, I cannot think of his name.
Is Konnan kicking Hugh repeatedly in the head to just try to knock him out so it would end? I think so. I wish he would, Daniel. Hugh's going for the no laughing matter right now. Is he going to hit this and end this match?
Please.
Mercy on our soul. Konnan's waiting on this. Hugh's up there
Jesus
for about
Christ.
3 hours.
Oh, God.
He about got knocked out when he fell right there.
Okay, Daniel, what's worse, this, the Greenville McDonald's, or watching Tony Nese live?
That's got to be a hard question.
Dude, Tony Nese is fucking horrible live. Yeah, it was bad.
All right. Hugh's out. End the match. Get this over with, please. Yeah.
He's out cold, baby.
And you got about 3 people that are standing up cheering in the front row. They are cheering that this is over.
Yeah, baby. Sapphire, she was out cold. That's why I was actually able to get out of the house for once.
Ooh.
What?
If there was ever a match to call a bathroom break, it's this one, yeah. Daniel says, heads up, if you travel to Georgia, don't go to the Crystals in Calhoun. Somebody posted maggots in their sandwich. Ew!
Oh, God.
I like Crystal's hamburgers, though, too. That's a shame. Every time I go through Georgia, I always hit Crystals up when I see it. So I'm avoiding the Calhoun one if I ever go through there.
Calhoun!
Daniel says he'd rather see Tony Nese live. It'd be over in at least a few minutes in a Waffle House chant.
Okay. Okay, John. Would you rather watch that match or a Bella Twins match? I know that's tough. Botches and all.
Boy, I'm going to go with the Bellas.
Wow.
I'm going to go with the Bellas because I can laugh way harder at the Bellas botches. So
with the Brie Mode song?
No, the Brie Mode song is the worst song in the history of all entrance songs. I'm going with the Bellas. Jeremy's going with the Bellas too here. Daniel says that Sergeant Slaughter might go there now to Crystals.
Oh, God. You maggot. Did you call the World Championship Wrestling Hotline today, John?
I call them all the time.
Did you get your fix today?
I always do. Me and Gene still talk.
There you go.
Look at this guy in the front row. He's popping that Horseman sign up.
Oh, my God.
No, please, no.
No.
No. Do not bring the Public Enemy out. If you do,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
This is
why?
terrible.
Why? All right, this card is automatically getting a fucking thumbs down for tonight. You brought these two ass clowns out. Oh, no.
I would rather watch the workers of the Greenville McDonald's.
Oh, no. Somebody go out there and just, please. Oh, they're putting Gene on the table right now. There's no way these 3 are fitting on this table. Yeah. Johnny Grunge ain't sitting on the table. His fat ass will break right through that.
What the hell is
this guy talking about?
How much meth has he done?
Who thought this was a good idea to book this shit?
Who booked this shit?
Daniel says, no, God. Nobody has questions about the Public Enemy, Gene. Nobody. Dude, his eyes are bugging out of his head.
How much meth has he done?
He's been hitting that meth pipe for like 3 weeks straight.
What the? Gino the book?
He looks like his friend Johnny Pots and Pan's friend Gino the book. This might be the worst segment I have seen in years. Oh.
What?
Grunge may not know his limits with drugs, but he knew with the table. One thing I want to see again, and that's Sid jumping off the top rope. I'd rather see Sid jumping off the top rope than this, Jeremy. This is bad. They put us through the hell of a Konnan against Hugh. Then this WCW hates us all.
They do.
Get these idiots off of the mic, please. Gene is saying to himself, why did I ever leave Vince McMahon?
This is worse than a Horseman promo.
I'd rather listen to the Horseman and Piper for 10 minutes straight.
I'd rather watch Benoit and Sullivan right now.
Yep, I'm with you. Please, if there's a god, bring Ming out right now and just have him hit the fucking Tongan death grip on these two
both of them. Both of them.
Bring them out. Please, get these two just out of here. Daniel says, I'd rather jump off the top rope sit style than hear these two.
Oh my God.
Nobody cares. What the point? What the hell was the point of this?
I guess to waste time. Oh my God. Are they going to the ring?
No, please don't come out to the ring now.
No.
Please stay away.
No. Oh God.
They're going into the crowd. Keep your children away from these two freaks. Keep them away.
They're probably stealing from the fans to get their money for their mess.
I would love that, Daniel, if they would bring the acolytes out. Says,
that's a fun story.
He says, bring the acolytes 2 years before to get these two.
Oh, God, that's a fun time. The acolytes will whip their ass.
DDP guys. These guys with the DDP, that boy needs some sun.
That looks like Tom Pritchard.
It might
be. Bruce Pritchard. Sorry.
Love
you, if you will.
Love. I love Brother Love.
Bruce does great impressions.
He does very good impressions. I would agree.
Yes. Would you say Bruce has the best Dusty impression?
Probably, in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that I've heard. I mean, Dusty's probably the easiest impression to do.
If you will, yes.
Here we get tortured even more now.
What the hell?
We got Wrath and Glacier now.
Wrath is something that sounds like something you say while you're taking like a painful shit. Wrath.
Has there ever been a moment in wrestling? Let me click that on here. That has messed with you mentally, like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. I got to think about that one, Jeremy. What about you, Chris?
Are you talking about from like a personal level or like
anyone? Like you're watching the show and you're like, what the hell? You know, I can't believe that just happened.
Recently, I'd say within like the past decade, the Goldberg and Lesnar.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Survivor Series match, I'm like, holy shit, because I didn't expect it to be that quick.
Yeah, that's a great one, actually.
Yes.
I was watching it with my daughter. Me and my daughter were watching it at the time. She used to like to watch wrestling with me when she was younger. And she loved like Goldberg. She'd been watching Raw with me coming up to it. And I explained to her who Goldberg was and showed her some of the stuff. And she loved it. And I remember I told her right before the match, I said to her, he's not winning, honey. I said, there's no way he's going against Brock Lesnar. Brock's going to crush him. And I was like, a minute later, you know, whatever it was, a minute and 20 seconds or something like
holy
that.
Shit.
And I'm like, Jesus, they just did that. I remember like sitting afterwards. I was like, holy shit, that just happened.
And your daughter's probably like, no, Daddy, I told you so.
Daniel was there for the Brock Goldberg match in Popcorn. Okay, wow. That must have been a cool moment to be a part of. Daniel.
Brock beating Taker at WrestleMania 30.
That was one. Not as big to me as the Brock and Goldberg, though. But that was crazy still. Jeremy says, I was 8 and Jake put the Cobra on the Macho Man. That was creepy as a kid watching that, Jeremy. I was a little bit older. I was maybe probably 11 or something like that at the time. And I was like, wow. I was like, Jake the Snake's a bad guy. Like, he's bringing the Cobra out, biting him. You see the blood coming out of him.
And I know this has been spoken about like a million times, and it'll be spoken until like the end of time. But whenever Mankind got thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And he got up.
This might be the worst back-to-back segments in pay-per-view history, and that's really bad.
Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of assholes, we got Ray Lloyd here. Anyways.
These last 3 segments are really messing with me mentally.
Hopefully Prince Iaukea is not next.
Oh, this guy just sucks, Ray Lloyd. He just sucks.
Oh, he's similar to like the Paul Roma. He thinks that WCW would have gone.
Talk about the bathroom break match of the night. It's this one right here, maybe even more than Hugh Morris and Konnan. And I'm taking my bathroom break of the night on this one. And
motherfucker.
I'll be back in a couple.
Enjoy. Yeah, okay. So Ray Lloyd Glacier, he's one of those people that think that WCW would have died a lot quicker if it wasn't for him being around. So, yeah. When in fact, this man had no effect on the ratings whatsoever in a positive manner. Absolutely overrated. Terrible character. Just, yeah. Here we go. Hold on. All right. So, Mr. Daniel says, whenever Ikea comes out, goodbye wrestling. Okay, I gotcha. And Mr. Jeremy Nick says, he said, remember when Hawk fell off top of the Titans? Oh, yes, I do. That was a scary moment because honestly, whenever I was younger, I became a big fan of wrestling whenever I was right around 9 years old. Like the first big feud for me where I really loved it, especially with the World Wrestling Federation, and guys, don't laugh at me, but it was watching the Patriot facing Bret Hart. I believe that was September of 1997. I became like a big fan of the WWF. And watching Hawk get pushed off the top of the Titantron, absolutely, it scared the shit out of me because I really didn't know the ins and outs of the business to the extent that I do now. And it scared me because I legitimately thought that he freaking died. So, and like my dad, he kept telling me he's okay. I'm like, how the hell is he okay? Did you literally just see what happened? So yeah, man, like that's a shocking moment. And Daniel said, Taker cutting himself and making Midian drink at some moments. Oh my God, yes, I agree 1,000%. And then the whole thing with you had Austin being freaking crucified on like the Taker symbol. Just so many freaking moments. Heck, I mean, you can look at the Survivor Series 97. Once again, we talk about a subject that's been beat over the head. But like with the Survivor Series, some fans legitimately thought this was a work and that Brett still was with the WWE and that it was just a show being put on. But no, man, like we were watching real life in front of us with the Montreal Screwjob. So that was another moment that screwed with my head too. Here we go. We got Canyon is wishing anyone was better right now. He's got to be handcuffed watching this. Holy shit. Yeah, man. And Canyon, without a shadow of a doubt, is the most talented man in this match. No, excuse me, ringside, and he's not even in this match. And like I said earlier, I believe the most underrated wrestler ever in World Championship Wrestling is Chris Kanyon. I was thinking Scott Norton was up there, but like the second I thought about it, man, Kanyon absolutely up there. Extremely talented. Should have been a potential world champion with given like enough push and time. The Stone Cold Brian Pillman home break-in. Oh, God, yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah. That was freaking excellent. Well done. Great storytelling. As a matter of fact, from what I heard, there were people that were calling the network, and then there were people calling the local cops with where Brian was at because they thought it was 100% real. And they did a really good job with it. And Daniel said that I'm chewing my arm off if I have to be handcuffed watching this. Yeah, guys, this match is fucking hard garbage. I am not into this whatsoever. This pay-per-view, with the exception of the opener of Psychosis and the Ultimo Dragon, has been garbage. I'm hoping beyond hope, if you will. Part 2 will definitely pick up. I know we got the Macho Man match to look forward to, so I'm definitely looking forward to that, but that's going to be next week, unfortunately. So, yeah. Oh, and we got a slow-ass Nick Patrick with his little 1, 2 count. And if it was Mr. Earl Hebner, the GOAT of referees, that shit would have been fast, precise, and you guys wouldn't have to be suffering right now. Just saying. But yet, Daniel, you want to talk shit about Earl? Oh God. Uh-oh, he missed. Oh, Mortis is grabbing Glacier's leg. Uh-oh, was that enough? And Wrath is getting ready to do, is it a power bomb? Picks him up. Jesus Christ, this is... Oh, an alley-oop whiplash move. There we go. Part 2 will say it with DDP and match for the sure, but too many terrible segments between the first half. I agree. There's a lot of wonderful moments within World Championship Wrestling at this time, but me and John, we keep talking about the yeah, Daniel, like you're wrong. Earl would have done it quicker. But me and John, we've been talking about like with the World Championship Wrestling during this time, for all the good that they were doing, certain things that they were lacking. Like a big example would be like the match finishes. Like they could have done like a better job like the match finishes. Secondly, booking the pay-per-views, they were plumb dreadful, with the exception of maybe one or two matches. The rest of the cards were just thrown together, and it's just kind of like you scratch your head because like there's so much talent, and they could have done a better job, but no, they were lazy about it. So just it is what it is.
Agreed.
Yes,
that was always the negative to a lot of their pay-per-views, was they had one or two good matches only, and the rest of them was just a bunch of slop that they threw together.
Yeah,
that's my opinion, though.
That's why, with all due respect, you know me and you, we love Eric Bischoff. We do. But he wants to be critical of Tony when it comes like to matchmaking, whenever he had a...
But he admits to this, though. That's the difference. He admits to this. He admits it was crappy.
So...
Look at that mustache on Nick Patrick. Wow. What a mustache.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'll give you credit. It's a nice mustache.
You did a mustache for a while.
I did. I just couldn't do it no more. And like my wife's like, she said, you can either grow the beard out or shave your whole fucking face, please. That mustache is scary.
She said, don't go near the schools.
No.
You can't pick the children up from school with that mustache.
No, you can't. So.
Boy, talk about a way to kill the crowd after that first match. They have just effectively killed this crowd since.
All right. Worst wrestler you ever met, John?
Worst one I ever met. Oh, man. Lance Storm was a dick.
Really?
He was a dick. Big time.
Okay.
He was a dick. You know, I'm going to go with the Sean Oliver segment. What a dick. What a dick.
What a dick. Okay.
He'd be up there. Yeah, I'll go with Lance for now. What about you?
Raven.
Oh,
yeah.
There probably. Now
the thing is that they were doing a show for a local indie promotion in North Carolina, at a local bar here called the Suck Bang Blow. Me and my dad, we paid for like a VIP meet and greet with Raven. Raven showed up late, of course. He skipped the VIP shit until the end. And then that a part of like the VIP package was Raven would sign whatever you wanted with like the meet and greet. And Raven was charging $10 per item after the first one. So he was pocketing shit. And my dad nearly whooped his ass because he was blatantly attempting to rip me off. He was an asshole for that. So, yeah.
All right, Jeremy's going to go with Disco Inferno.
What's that?
Jeremy's got Disco Inferno for his, and Daniel's going with Greg Valentine on Worst So Far. Those two don't surprise me either way. Those two don't surprise me either.
From what a lot of people say, Disco is a very smart guy. He's just a pompous asshole that thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. So,
I've had a lot of good luck through the years when I did interviews. When I used to do a lot of interviews, I bet I've done 40 or 50 interviews through the years. And most all of them were really, really nice for the most part. Some of them were a little bit, boring. Or, there was a few that were kind of boring. But I've always had pretty good luck with most of the time meeting wrestlers or having them on the show, and they were pretty nice. And I never really had too many bad experiences, but there's always a few out there for sure that you remember that was just a complete dick. I'll say this though, one Jeff Maxson, my best friend, who started the show with me, and he would always say the nicest one he ever met was Vince McMahon.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a picture of it. Maybe he still has it. I don't know, but I have to ask him. But he said he met Vince at a Raw, and Vince, he went up, asked him if he'd take a picture with him, and he says absolutely. And he comes, he's like, let's do this, and he grabs his hand, puts his arm around him, and he's got the people to take the picture for him and all that stuff. And said Vince was like the nicest guy in the world.
That is awesome.
For every 100 great ones, there's one that's like, why are you here, wrestlers? Obviously, yeah. Daniel, you go to all the Comic-Cons and you go to all the different signings and stuff, so you know better than anybody. You've met just about every one of the big stars through the years.
Oh, yeah. And for me, I would say like the three nicest I met were Eddie Guerrero, Mr. Killer Cross, and Mick Foley, hands down.
Okay. Jeremy says Disco was a jerk. Wasn't even a meet and greet. He was a Big Daddy Fireworks, and he cussed out the guy and called a kid an idiot for wanting a picture. And that sounds about like Glenn. You know, the nicest person that I ever probably had on the show or met for wrestlers was Eddie Guerrero. Was great, by the way. When I was a kid, I've told that story before the show. He was phenomenal to me as a kid, and spent a shit ton of time talking to me and my friends that were there at the show.
He made my day.
He was so nice.
And the thing is that it was February of 2005, No Way Out in Pittsburgh. And I had like a scheduled meet and greet with John Cena, and that got canceled. And Vicky saw that I was crying, and Eddie was near her, and she's like, well, I know it's not John, but would you like to speak with Eddie? And Eddie took all the time out for me. Absolutely an amazing human being. So yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was going to say the same thing. He stayed and talked with us in the freezing cold and was just the nicest guy in the world, telling us about not falling into the same issues that he had with drugs and alcohol, and about being a good student and things like that to us when we were teenagers. Nicest guy. But his wife, I was going to say, was the nicest one I've ever had on the show. Vicky was so freaking nice, man. She was the nicest lady in the world. One of my favorite interviews we've ever done, but Vicky was just amazing as a human being and just such a class act. I loved her.
When I met Vicky, she was an absolute sweetheart to me too. So like the thing is that despite the public view that like a lot of people have on her, me and John, we're basing it off of our experience.
Who knows? That's family shit between them.
Exactly.
I stay out of it.
We don't know.
To me. That was
we don't know the truth.
You're nice to me. You're good. You're good with me. Jeremy says Undertaker. I can see that with Everybody said that Undertaker was an awesome guy. Daniel's going to go with Hulk. Always the top one, but he was great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so
jealous. Thank God this is over.
Yeah. Thank God this match is over with. Thank you, God.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
The biggest dick that we almost interviewed was in this match that just won was Ray Lloyd. That guy was a dick.
You know what? I will say number 4, which I've never physically met the guy, but from what I've spoken to him with, Mark Merrill.
Oh, Mark is a great guy. It's just class act in every way.
Absolutely outstanding.
That was such an honor to interview him when we had him on the show. Just loved him.
That was like a wrestler bucket list for us.
Oh, I love Mark Merrill. Just a great guy. And they're continuing this shit now after the match. Now they're handcuffing Glacier. Are we going to get Ernest the Cat Miller now to continue this feud?
Probably.
Oh, get this shit over with now. Come on.
Somebody call my mama.
Somebody call my mama.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, this is just continuing on with the stupidity for some reason. Please get it off now. We've beaten this to a dead horse, man. We've beaten this. This is a friggin' gone on and on for weeks.
This is during the NWO era, by the way, people.
Yeah. Why? It's not working. It hasn't worked. It doesn't work. Leave it alone.
It's like I said before, with the exception of the Psychosis match, this show has been dog shit bad.
Yeah, it's been pretty awful, but we've had fun nonetheless with
Oh,
everybody.
God, yeah.
These are great questions here to come out with and great conversation during this dreadful show. Daniel says Hacksaw top notch.
Oh, Hacksaw's amazing.
Everybody I know has always said that about him. Says he's the nicest guy. I've never had the privilege to meet him. I'll throw another one out there, Chris. Nikita Koloff.
That's what I heard. Was he was an outstandingly nice guy.
I interviewed him about 3 years ago, and let me tell you, man, what a genuinely nice, good Christian man he is. Just a freaking class act. I love Nikita Koloff too as a person. I'd like to try to admit, I'll have to hit Nikita up one of these days. See maybe about getting him on the radio show.
That'd be fun.
I love Nikita. I think he's just an awesome guy. Just nothing but a class act. Lita, sweetheart, Jeremy says never met Lita, but I've heard wonderful things about her too.
Me and Daniel, the wrestling show we went to last year, the interaction me and Daniel had with Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, Ricky.
Amazing human being.
Ricky's awesome.
And Mr. Holla Holla Holla, Mr. Tate Long, absolute class act as well. Awesome human being.
Daniel says he's in North Carolina at the end of the month. Nikita in Brad's house.
Brad's house.
He's in AML. Yes, he is. He's great. And yeah, if any of you guys ever get a chance to go out and meet Nikita Koloff, please go out and check him out. The guy is such a good man. His backstory is one of the most endearing stories if you tell it, when he's at the height of his career and they're about to put the belt on him, but his wife's dying of cancer, and they basically offer him whatever he wants to stick around, and he says, "Nope, my wife's way more important than that." I get goosebumps when I think about it, and he says, "My wife's way more important than anything," and went out and spent the last 6 months of her life with him and gave up everything for it that in his career that he could have had.
Yeah,
got to respect that.
You got to respect it, man, because he made the ultimate choice and the right
one. Yep. Daniel says Ricky's easily up there as one of the nicest. I've never met Ricky, unfortunately. Dude, I would love to.
You would love Ricky.
Here's John Moxley's Japanese mother here coming out with the gas mask on. Akira Hokuto.
I'm shocked she's not bleeding already.
Jeez. Look at this awful fucking outfit she's got coming out.
With all due respect to Moxley, I just don't understand. I'm getting to the point like with Moxley, like to where like I don't care because of the fact all he does is one of this hardcore bullshit and he just wants to bleed. Just, yeah, it is what it is.
I'll say this. I met Moxley and
he seems like a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy. He's an awkward dude, but he's a really nice guy. When we talk about nice wrestlers and stuff, really, really nice guy though.
I think which I think that's partially why he drank was because he felt awkward. I'm just saying. I'm not.
Yeah, I think he's got, and I'm not his therapist in any way, but this is what I do for a living. I think he's got some social anxiety and some maybe some personality issues that make it hard for him to be around people. He's just an awkward guy in some ways, but he was a really cool dude. You haven't met him yet, Daniel? That's really surprising. You haven't met Mox. I'm really surprised on that with you. I figured you would have. I know what a big fan you are of him.
And someone that I've had, for the most part, good interactions with, and he's been respectful to me, is the man that's partially responsible for me podcasting, and that's Vince Russo. I know some people, they're going to be like, oh my God, Russo. I got you. But my interactions.
I had him on the show, and he was super nice when I had him on the show.
There you go. We're speaking strictly for being nice.
Yeah,
okay, there you go.
He was nice on the show. He was very nice and gave us a lot of time, but some of his other things make me want to vomit. But that's that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Here's two more dicks, okay, that I could throw out there. All right. Here's two more that came to my mind.
What a dick.
What a dick. All right.
That build is so...
we mentioned earlier this guy in the show, Ryback. Ryback was a complete dick. And
that surprised me.
He traveled alone. He wouldn't talk to any of the fans. He completely dissed all the kids and walked right by them when they wanted pictures and autographs with
them.
A
modern day Undertaker.
He ignored everybody.
Well, no, not a modern day Taker. A modern day Ultimate Warrior. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say Taker.
Total dick to the fans. Didn't give a shit about anybody. Just completely disregarded the kids and everybody that was there. Pathetic. And it was a sad sight.
And most of his fans are kids.
Yeah, well, that time they were. I don't think he's got a bunch of them hanging around anymore.
Yeah.
Jeremy says RVD is a good dude. I saw RVD at a local show, and we had a quick interaction. Super cool guy. Another dick.
Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton is an awesome human being as well too.
That. Here's another dick. This might surprise you. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Miro, total dick.
Really?
Yeah, total dick.
Okay.
Did the same thing that Ryback did. He was traveling with Lana. He dissed all the kids, dissed everybody, and just went about his way and ignored them.
Wow. I've never thought that.
Charlotte Flair did the same thing to the kids when I saw him. And listen, I'm not saying that they owe everybody a picture or an autograph. This is just from my thing that I saw from the interactions that they had with them.
Yeah.
I used to work at an airport years ago, so you'd see them all coming in all the time. They rent cars. A bunch of them rent cars from us and come in, and you would see it from there. So Charlotte was very not into it as well.
Very uppity.
She just didn't give a shit. She just breezed right by everybody.
Well, like my thing about it is, which I get it, like with not signing autographs and shit, but at least say, hey guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Don't just ignore everybody.
Yeah. Daniel says must not have been his day. Yeah, that's what happens. It's what happens.
Rusev must not have been.
Yeah, definitely wasn't Rusev Day that day. What do you think about Madusa as a performer here? We see her on the show often. What do you think about her as a performer?
I think she's overrated.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. She's very overrated. She botches a lot. I get it. You wouldn't have modern female wrestling without the individuals like her. I'm not disagreeing with that fact, but she just wasn't my cup of tea. I feel like she wouldn't even stand a chance with the modern wrestlers like Charlotte or Rhea. You would probably disagree with me, but yeah, I'm not a fan.
I don't think she would be able to perform with the talent today the way she was at this point in time. I think she was a great pioneer for her time, but women's wrestling was just in the shit was in the shitter at this point.
Yeah.
And it was a really bad time for her to come along because they just didn't make any money. They didn't focus on any women, and they really didn't have a lot of good competitors outside of her at this point in time. That's why WCW's women's division was just in the tank all the time, and they did nothing with it. They would have to keep bringing in these random talents from New Japan, like Akira Hokuto.
And that's why you went weeks without women's matches.
Months,
yes.
Months. It's like they would just randomly show back up with it at some point and say, all right, we're going to do a women's match. Medusa's going to come out and take on the champ or whoever it is. And who's the champ? Nobody even would know. And, she really didn't win a lot. So she really didn't win a lot, to be honest with you.
And do you know? Okay, so they cared so little about it that they had a women's cruiserweight champion, and it was never on Nitro.
Daniel says if it wasn't her versus Bull Nakano, the matches never did anything for me with her.
Yeah,
Jeremy, go ahead, Chris.
My favorite match with her was against Evan Courageous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Evan Courageous, that no talent ass clown. There's he's right up there with Prince Iakea.
Dude, he was a part of 3 Count. Don't you?
3 Count was great, though. I'll say that.
You shut your dirty whore mouth.
All right. I'm going to take that back just because of 3 Count.
Okay.
Other than 3 Count, he had no fucking talent whatsoever. Jeremy said Cody Rhodes always had my respect. I went to an AEW event. He got busted open. He came back out after the main event of the AEW Dark main event. Tapings after Dynamite with stitches in his head, gave all the kids T-shirts and took pictures for over an hour. I believe that all day. I've heard and seen people that have done the same with him and said the same things that you could see it means a lot to him. I know he did a lot for the fans when he was in AEW too. Daniel says they probably forgot they even had a title until Madusa showed up for work.
Which I heard, like with Cody, he's one of the nicest wrestlers in the world.
I could bet.
Yeah. So and you can feel the love that he has for his fans and how dedicated and how passionate he is about the sport, and that makes me respect him even more.
If you don't have your fans and you don't have their support and you don't treat the paying customers the right way,
You don't have anything.
You don't have anything. I mean, you don't have anything without your career. I get it's agitating. I get, they get bombarded. Lord knows we don't know what that's ever going to be like because they're superstars in their own way, and millions of people watch them all the time. But
yeah,
you just enjoy it, I guess, and do the best you can with it, and be grateful that people want to buy your shit and want your autograph. But hey, it's not my life, and I don't get bombarded like that.
Because very few people will have that privilege of being able to live that kind of life.
Daniel says, I met Dusty and Dustin, but not Cody yet. And with how the other two are, I'm not surprised Cody's that nice. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Have you guys met CM Punk yet?
No, I never met him. I saw him at some shows, but I never met him.
Okay. Has anybody said whether he's a dick or whether he's nice?
I've heard he's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard he's nice at signings and stuff. I've heard that. Daniel could tell you better than I could. He's he's met him.
Because I know, like, his wife AJ, she's an absolute sweetheart.
Don't go and get him in the morning in an airport. He'll tell you openly he won't sign shit for you.
No. Oh, dude, like the Young Bucks, they have 2 separate signatures. One for the actual fans and one for the resellers.
Yep.
So yeah.
Jeremy says, man, the show was in Atlanta and told a story off camera of his dad and Sting in the wrestling in the old Omni Arena, and he broke down and cried. Generally good soul. He's passionate about it, Jeremy. That's for sure. I respect that with people that are passionate about what they do, no matter what it is. It's like,
oh god, yeah.
If you're not passionate about whatever it is you do for a living, then it makes your life miserable. You got to have something. I mean, unfortunately, we all have to pay bills, and we got to sometimes do jobs that we like less. And I've had jobs I hate. You have. We all have. But if you're not passionate about what you do, it makes life a hell of a lot harder. That's why I love what I do every day. I'm honored to do it.
And like for me, I mean, like a lot of people, like they want to look at me like I'm crazy because I say that I love my job. I do. I'm so grateful that I get to wake up daily. I get paid good. I'm able to go and meet all kinds of people from literally all over the world every single day, and just like to hear those stories. Like I get to help them, I get to serve them, and it's just most days are fun. I'll be honest with you, and it's just kind of like I get paid decent to just be me and just help others. I mean, I can't really describe it, but the thing is that for me, which I'm one of the few people that you will run into that say that they're happy that they work for Walmart. So yeah, I'm grateful because of all the opportunities that they've given me.
For sure, man. For sure.
So yeah.
Daniel says, met Punk twice. He was actually pretty cool. My wife got to meet Punk, who was the first wrestler she enjoyed. All right. So there's your answer for Daniel's experience with him. This isn't really that bad of a match, actually, between these two.
No.
Like I know we're talking over the match a little bit. We're just
where's Riho?
Riho's not even probably a fucking in her mother's belly yet at this point. This is 1997. I don't think Riho's that old.
She's not even in her daddy's ball sack yet.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Her daddy was probably still in middle school or some shit at this point. This is a long time ago.
Okay. Riho!
And
from what I heard, Jim Cornette is a decent guy, meeting him.
Jeremy says AA Arn Anderson's a good one. I've heard that exact same experience from people, Jeremy. Bring back Akira Hokuto, Hall of Famer.
Akira Hokuto. And from what I heard, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is a decent guy to meet whenever he's out of character.
I saw him at an indie show when he was with MLW, and he wasn't a dick to anybody. He wasn't doing anything. He was in, he was out.
Yeah.
He was in and out. I think he was just signed to AEW, or he was just right before he signed to AEW.
Yeah.
He was in and out. He even did the Joey Ryan ball spot, testicle spot, which I thought was hilarious.
What yeah. I think it's one of the dumbest fucking spots in wrestling.
It was awful. It was so stupid. It was a 6-person match. I'll never forget it. 6-person match. Joey Ryan was in it, MJF, and then Brian Pillman Jr. and 3 other local jobbers were in it. And actually, I think let me say that I think all ego Ethan Page was actually in that match too.
Ethan's a great talent.
He is, and then they all did the five guys did the ball friggin' flip stupidity that he does.
Oh my god. Well, Joey Ryan, the last I heard, which this was last year, he got fired from working at I think it was Disneyland.
Yeah, well, I think that's awful that people try to get somebody in trouble like that, and whatever. Everybody deserves to be able to make a living.
We don't know exactly
There was no criminal charges on the guy, so I mean, maybe he did some bad stuff. I don't know, but
we don't know. But the fact is that we live in a world now that even as soon as it ejects from somebody's mouth, and even with false accusations or just someone saying something, period, you are automatically labeled as guilty.
Yep.
It's sad we live in that world.
Jeremy says you guys could probably get Double A on the radio. He lives in Rome, Georgia, does his podcast from his home, I believe. You know, Jeremy, he's a hard one to get because he doesn't do interviews with a lot of people. And I have tried in the past to get him, and I never got a response back. He does not do a lot of interviews. And I think it's just for the fact that, you know, he has his own show and tells his own stories.
Yeah.
But I would love to have him on if we could. But all right, so Akira Hokuto
won for us too.
Oh, I'd love to get Bischoff on the show. That'd be an honor. Akira Hokuto is still going at Madusa's knee here for some reason.
And Madusa's career's over.
Her career is over.
I think they just didn't want her to. I think they did that. They didn't want to pay her.
Is this the end of the WCW Women's Championship here with Akira Hokuto?
I have no fucking clue. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Who was the last WCW Women's Champion? Well,
Toshi Uematsu was the first ever cruiserweight women's champion.
Okay.
And the only one. The women's hold on. Let me look this up.
She's crying. Look at her. She's crying now. The crowd still doesn't give a shit. Oh, Daniel says, goodbye to Madusa. The career goes in the trash with the WWF women's title.
There's literally only two champions. So right after this, it got vacated and they brought the belt back in September. Devil Masami won and beat Zero to win the women's championship. And it was deactivated after that in January.
All right. Thank God. Thank God that this first half of the show is done and it's going to get better from here. I got a good feeling. That's the end of part one of the Great American Bash. What do you give it, my friend?
Fucking thumbs down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There is only one redeeming thing about this. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Besides this sack of shit, I'm sorry. I'm going fucking off on this real quick. Okay, this is the thing. Is once again, me and John, we've been putting over World Championship Wrestling to the moon, but this shows a glaring issue they have. Once again, they're shitty booking for the ending of matches, and secondly, throwing shit together at the last minute. And the thing is that they have the potential to have a great match with the Steiners and Harlem Heat, which it was decent for the most part, but what the fuck was the point in Vincent showing up? It was pointless. And secondly, like that in the match with Psychosis and the Ultimo Dragon, outstanding. But other than that, the show was a big, huge pile of dog shit. It was terrible. It was bad. And to top it all off with a Public Enemy shitty interview, like they were methed out crackheads. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Who is booking the shit? And like with all due respect, and these same people want to claim that Russo's booking was bad in 2000. No offense. Was this any better, John?
Not even close. No. It was not.
Okay, then. So, yeah.
Jeremy says, help me out. Who was a member of the three-man power trip? DDP, Bam Bam. Wasn't it Chris Kanyon?
Yep, that was Kanyon. They were the Jersey Triad.
Okay.
Gotcha. The two-man power trip he's probably thinking about is with Hunter and with Stone Cold.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah.
Daniel
What do you think?
Daniel says thumbs down all the way to the depths of hell, especially with the Public Enemy appearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bad show. The opener was great. We had great conversation and fun conversation.
Oh God, this was some of the funnest that we've.
That's
had
why I
in
say
a long
these
time.
shows often, when they're bad, are actually a lot of fun because we can just shoot the shit and shoot the fat on other things with wrestling and just go talk about other things. So that's what happens when the card's not that good. And this card wasn't good. It all went downhill after Psychosis versus Ultimo Dragon. Unfortunately, the screwball finish was with Vincent coming in was just silly and stupid. Wrath, Mortis, awful. What was the other shitty match? Hugh Morris and Konnan, dreadful.
God, that was bad.
The Public Enemy, need I say more? This last match wasn't awful and it wasn't bad. It
was passable.
Yeah, it was fine, but it wasn't enough to save anything here on the first part.
Something I noticed is that every single time Madusa was in like a big time match, she would lose every single time.
You're pretty spot on that one right there. That usually did happen.
So this is my response for the whole show so far. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Come on. Derek. Come on, internet load. Right. Sorry. Yeah. It's
fair. I'll help you out here. This is
there we go.
Fucking bullshit!
Yeah, here's mine for this tonight.
Yeah.
It gets that for me. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
But it's not as bad as Deputy Dewey from Scream as the world champion. Oh, I can't wait till we get out at that point in time, Chris, and go hit on that. Like I said earlier, I think it's going to be a ton of fun when we get to that point. It's going to be. I can't wait to go back and look at some of that old stuff and just see how dreadful it was. But that's that.
You're stupid drunk. Well, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Chris. What do you got to send us out tonight? Tell us what's on your mind as we.
Thank you so much to everybody that joined us live, to the ones that joined us later. Thank you. And please make sure to join us every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. from WDJ Y 99.1 FM.
See you later, Jeremy. Take it easy, brother.
And me and John, we're going to have separate content that we're speaking about on those shows as compared to this show. So join us, if you will. We're going to be talking about the Marty Jannetty Dark Side of the Ring. We're talking about modern topics, retro topics. It's going to be a fun time had by all. Please join us this weekend. And we got a top 5 coming up. I'm going to give you guys like a little preview. Top 5 favorite theme songs. So send us your favorite theme songs, top 5 list, and like we'll read it off on our show. So guys, thank you. We love you. For fans, by fans, this has been awesome.
Absolutely, Chris. I couldn't have said it better myself. Make sure you like and follow the video here on Facebook. Like and follow the page. Like the video on YouTube as well. And make sure you hit the subscription bar there for everything that you need for YouTube. It'll let you know every time a new show pops up, and you can come out and join with us live if you want to. So whether you're checking this out live or later on, we're glad to have you here. Like Chris said, come back out Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM in the greater metro Atlanta area. Go right to their website. You can watch it, or not watch it, listen to it right from there. So you don't have to live in Atlanta to listen. But we are out of time, as Tony Schiavone would say. We are desperately out of time. We're going to sign off for tonight. We'll see you guys again soon right here on the Retro Wrestling Revival. Have a great night, and we'll catch you all later.
It's Sting!